Ta Satt, greetings to you, highlight. We are in the midst of transformation and spiritual awakening, and all of these transformative events are accompanied by immense energies. Heavenly energies are being sent to us from above or from higher dimensions to raise the earth vibration further. But as awakened souls, we are also responsible for ensuring that the earth frequency continues to rise. Cosmic and earthly energies are uniting to create a complete picture. However, all of these high vibrations are measured against the dark forces that still exist on Earth. This increased frequency is forcing dark energies out of the Earth core. Goddess Pele recently made a statement on this channel. In addition, the Divine Source has addressed humanity in loving and heartfelt tones to inform them of the current state of matters. The Source has also spoken out to remind all brave incarnated souls of their missions. They would have volunteered in higher dimensions if the time were right to serve as a calm, balancing influence on Earth, and that is precisely what is needed now. It is therefore immensely important to remain calm and radiate inner peace, because the pressure on Earth is too high. The old is literally being pushed out of the Earth as the immense forces compete. Karmic events are being resolved, and the traces of blood left behind by humans are being neutralized and balanced out. Everything dark is dissolving bit by bit, and this concentrated spectacle is currently unfolding with great intensity. I recommend the messages from Pele, the Hawaiian goddess of volcanoes, in the credits, as well as the channeling from the Divine Source. The Divine Source, our creative power, is going to speak again on this channel to talk about Project Atlantis. The report will be transmitted 20 times right. Many other beings are currently transmitting an endless stream of messages from the spirit worlds to provide updates on the current situation. Therefore, it is appropriate for this channel to change its approach at the moment, as I'm currently transmitting a lot of channelings. However, this channel is an adventure paradise for lightworkers and awakened souls, so I feel the need to share another lively report today. We also have a guest presence from the Amethysts. But before we begin our lightworker mission and energy work for the highest good of all, let me introduce myself in case we haven't met before and this is your first time visiting my channel. My name is Pleiades Mitchell. I am a Pleiadian who lives among extraterrestrials on Earth. I am already living in the Golden Age, and I am on the same timeline as you. However, as a Pleiadian, I perceive things differently to you and can therefore take you with me into my world. You will experience this firsthand today, as you will feel touches from the beings working with us. But I will come to what is happening today in a moment. Please stay tuned to find out more, because you might just witness a miracle today, dear soul. Before we begin this journey together, I would like to tell you a little about myself so that you can better understand what is about to happen. You see, my story is also indirectly related to you. Why? I will explain that to you now. As a Pleiadian on Earth, I help people to reactivate their divine powers and open up their clairvoyant gifts if they are unable to do so themselves. That is why you have come to me today. Either your gifts are already open and you need an energy boost to help them unfold further, or I will awaken your gifts from their slumber, allowing you to experience the first impulses. You may feel touches on your body today. When I was born on Earth, I didn't have the gift of clairvoyance, and I couldn't communicate with other beings. I couldn't hear, feel, or see them. However, the tide has turned, and I am no longer an ordinary human being because I have reactivated my inner Pleiadian. In my book series, I share my lived experiences and teach people how they can also reactivate these powers within themselves. The second book series, in the form of a lightworker manual, will also show you what is possible for you personally. The second book is already in progress. 5 parts of my main book series are already available on Amazon. My gifts are growing little by little, and I share all my insider knowledge with others. My books are unique because they are alive. So, if you've ever dreamt of interacting with your books like Harry Potter and want to immerse yourself in magical worlds, you have come to the right place. Allow me to briefly introduce myself so you can get a better sense of who is speaking to you. In my Pleiadian form, which I left behind in my home in the skies, I resemble the beings from the film Avatar. Yes, my tribe really does look like that. My cosmic mother is also very similar to Neytiri in the film, which is based on humans' views of extraterrestrials. However, the beings from my tribe have 5 fingers. Our eyes are more human-like and we look slightly different, but the similarities are astonishing. We even have a tail. We need our tails for balance when climbing trees or doing gymnastics, but we don't use them to connect with other creatures. Indeed, we communicate telepathically with animals and other beings. The tail serves to maintain balance. I shed my extraterrestrial body in order to undergo the maturation process and be born human on Earth. This body allows me to move around easily. In my extraterrestrial form, I couldn't endure the vibrations of the density for long. Therefore, I had to take a human form. I am part of the ground crew of a Pleiadian lightship, reporting to a commander. As an extraterrestrial living on Earth, I am also an emissary of the Galactic Federation, holding an advisory position on its board. Having come to terms with my experiences in the terrestrial male world, I have chosen to have an extraterrestrial partner by my side, and he chose me. I talk about our love story and how we finally united physically and spiritually in my book series. If you're curious to know who this being is, I recommend listening to the uploads about my extraterrestrial lover. I will introduce this special post in the credits. But now, let's return to today's main topic. Throughout this wonderful upload, you will repeatedly feel touches on your body. However, it is the amethysts themselves that will now provide you with further clues. I will now share their words with you, An Anasha. Greetings, dear humans, and we are pleased to be working with you today. Thank you for answering our call. In this channel of the extraterrestrial messenger, as well as in her books, Pleiades conveys the great importance of stone beings to her. As a Pleiadian, she is accustomed to communicating with stone beings or souls that have taken on a mineral form. Therefore, communication with us is normal for her. In her homeland, there are abundant crystals and entire crystal worlds. The Pleiadians treat stone beings with compassion, mercy and kindness, considering them to be of equal value to themselves. All stone beings, including stones, crystals, minerals, and precious stones, are equally highly regarded and deeply valued. The counsel of these creatures is highly respected. This is why Pleiades interacts extensively and intensely with stones, sharing all these experiences with you here and in her high vibrational book series. Unfortunately, the reason for our call is urgent. The amethysts are deeply committed to working with you humans as Earth dwellers. Planet Earth is our shared home, and you therefore should recognize that we, beings in mineral form, are Earth dwellers too. Why do you think there are underground veins of amethyst formations? Here, we are only talking about amethysts, otherwise the topic would simply exceed the scope of this wonderful post. We are talking about our role on Earth. Our task is to balance, harmonize, and calm in order to stabilize the Earth vibration and nourish and care for the sacred crystal at the center of the Earth with benevolent balancing vibrations. We reiterate that we can only speak about our area of responsibility. Other stone beings or noble crystal and mineral creatures have different tasks and are also connected to the Earth center. Everyone has their own area of responsibility and is assigned a specific task, just as you are. We recognize Earth angels among you, light pioneers, light workers, guardians of the light, guardians of the Christ frequency, and guardians of the frequency of divine hope. There are also people with embedded aspects of enlightened masters who work with you in support. We also see people of cosmic origin and people who come from the realm of magical beings, but who have chosen to incarnate on Earth at this time to serve the ascension process. We see all of you beautiful creatures, and each and every one of you is needed. Some work with angelic hosts, others belong to Crion's team, which is responsible for maintaining the Earth grid and the grid stretching across this planet. Whether you are a light worker for the Earth grid, a frequency guardian, an Earth angel, or a cosmic being spreading your frequencies throughout the human world, You have all come to us today with a single mission: to spread all-encompassing love and peace. It is the pure path of peace and patience that will lead us all to our goal. And so we turn to you. Some of you may need to recall that in higher dimensions it is normal to communicate with crystals and minerals or to seek their wise counsel. Today, we will begin with those who no longer remember the presence and vibrancy of mineral beings. We will lift your wheels today and work with you in a vibrant way. If any of you have an amethyst at home, please bring it with you. We will continue our explanations afterwards. The uploads and books by our dear Pleiades are full of vitality and can be felt physically. You can perceive sensations on your body. We will not manifest ourselves directly today, but we will enable you to experience a connection that feels just as vivid and tangible as if you had landed deep within the earth, surrounded by sparkling amethysts. We tell you this because you are connected to us too, as we form a very strong connection with you. On the Pleiades, it is normal for inhabitants to be connected with the planetary soul, the crystal worlds, and the entire environment. If you struggle to image this, think again about the film Avatar, which provides insights into extraterrestrial worlds inspired by various planets. Imagine how these beings are connected to everything that exists. This connection extends not only to the planet on which they live, but to the entire cosmos and infinite other universes. Everything is connected. Everything is part of a network. To help you understand better, feel free to listen to this channel's upload about the flower of life. It is about reminding you of the sacred cycle. Tantin of the Galactic Federation of Light also comes to remind you of the sacred cycle's existence. We have asked the messenger to include both articles in the video description. We are very grateful. The more you understand the sacred cycle and the connection it creates, the more your mind remembers reality and the more you escape the illusion. You can no longer be held in their clutches so easily as you become more and more aware of the unreality of all these theatrics. The less attention you pay to the illusion and the more you resonate with thoughts of the sacred cycle, the more the new world will form around you. However, Other beings, such as the Council of Light and God Anubis, will also speak to you on this channel. Much is happening around you, much is forming, much is revealing itself. Everything is in upheaval. This upheaval is accompanied by immense energies and extreme forces. Due to all these upheavals, enormous pressure has arisen on Earth. It is building up. Everything is literally pushing itself to the surface. Everything wants to be redeemed. Some of the dark timelines are impatiently waiting to be redeemed at last. That is how it is intended, and so it must be. The more intensely everything comes to you, the more important it is to remain calm and maintain inner peace. Don't let external events disturb your peace of mind. Stay centered and radiate confidence, harmony, and calm. Today, we will connect with you, and you will feel the intense healing vibrations of the world of crystals and minerals all around you. You are welcome to lie down if you wish, but please do not fall asleep. You can also sit or stand. Do whatever feels comfortable. For a while, you will only listen to music. During this time, we will connect you to subterranean amethyst veins. Depending on your place of habitation, you will be connected to your assigned deposit, and you will be able to actively feel these wonderful energies. Please try to find your own calm during this time and experience inner peace. You are also welcome to contemplate or meditate. Your senses will expand as you work with us. Please give your full attention to the ascension process and the earth frequency, and send out feelings of the purest gratitude, brotherhood, connection, love, peace, and kindness. You are also welcome to sing mantras and offer prayers. You can radiate pure love. Everything you send out in love and harmony during our time together will bear fruit. Simply everything. Your help is necessary. Therefore, we have turned to you regarding an urgent matter. Dear souls, dear lightworkers, light pioneers, earth angels, and cosmic beings on earth, help us. You are all needed. In higher dimensions, you have declared yourselves ready to help when you incarnate on earth, and agreed to heed the calls of other dimensions wishing to guide you. You agreed to pray, sing, and meditate when the call comes. We tell you that heaven is calling you now. We thank you. Let us therefore work together. When the music ends, You will disconnect from the sacred purple amethyst ray and return to your usual state. Thank you for hearing the call and for following our invitation of your own free will. Thank you for sending balancing vibrations into the earth frequency to stabilize the planet's pressure. Thank you. Take courage, light workers. Take heart.